In 2017, a boy group with songs written in a language that was unacquainted by many across the world took the world by storm. They were unlike any other mainstream musicians, with a fan base exceeding groups like One Direction. I am talking about none other than BTS. And what's the reason behind their world success? It's much more complicated than what you think. Welcome to ThinkerBell, where today we will be discussing the marketing strategies that played an important role in the growth of the well-loved and well-known K-pop group BTS. BTS is one of the most famous K-pop group in the world, and they have not only taken over the music industries and the heart of millions of people, but also shaped the way people think about music, art, and even external appearance. Before we move ahead, I want to mention that BTS's growth was mostly based on their talents, hard work, and music. In this video, the topics that will be discussed being not the only reason for their growth, yet play an important part in their representation throughout the world. One additional thing that is to be mentioned is that most of the things that I'm going to discuss are not revolutionary, at least in the case of K-pop marketing, and they are not the sole strategies involved. These are just my observations over the last 6 years of being a K-pop fan. Social media and search engines like YouTube has been one of the platforms which was extensively used by the company to post about their idols. You may think that what is so different about it? Now, most artists have social media. Many K-pop groups update their YouTube channels and other areas on the internet. But if you have been a fan of BTS for a long time, you might know that BTS have been posting regular content on their channel like Bangtan Bomb. And these are not just contents of music related updates, but they have shared contents like events of their day, their household situations, prank videos, vlogs, and more. BTS used both YouTube and Twitter platforms to showcase their true and unfiltered selves, which even included their problems, struggles they have been through. For a person watching their videos feels like they have grown up together and watched these boys grow into the men they are now. Their sincerity and talent drew in a huge fan. Seeing their success, most K-pop groups such as EXO started their Twitter account in 2017. BTS have connected with their fans like never before. Apart from fan meets, they use platforms like WeLive, Twitter, and Big Hit Entertainment, now known as Hybe corporations, even launched Weavers for the artist and fans to interact. This has given the fans a completely new experience which they might have never got in the past. A sentence that a BTS fan army can recall is, "We are just 7 normal boys from Korea." Well, we know their definition of being normal. Being relatable is one big advantage of BTS. I'm not saying that other idols are not humans and not relatable, but BTS were and are on another level. From making meme faces, dub smash, and also their activities in daily lives make them way more like the normal people like you and me. But this could also be attributed to the fact that BTS's daily life and their personalities are well documented and presented to the fans through YouTube and their shows like Run BTS. Now, this is a pretty common marketing strategy seen all over the Korean media in one way or the other. Creating a perfect man, a boy next door image, or the image of a man written by a woman is very popular while portraying Korean men in K-dramas. And there might be an extension of this into the K-pop. Usually, in a movie, the main character or even the second lead is shown as a very charming, understanding man who is very masculine in their behavior, who comes to the aid of the woman in distress. A similar image of idols are created in the media or through these interactive platforms. Considering the high number of female audience, some idols of the groups are characterized as flirty and naughty, innocent and cute, handsome and innocent, silent and understanding, and so much more. This appeals to a wide range of fans. If you wonder whether this image exists or not, just type in BTS fanfictions or K-pop fanfictions. You might see characters developed specifically to appeal to the physical feature or personality of an idol. BTS are known for their songs holding socially relevant content. Starting from their song So What, calling out on people's struggle in everyday life, Go Go, pointing out on the YOLO culture, Spinebreaker about kids who break their parents' back by demanding expensive items, and Spring Day are just a handful of their song in this category. Not forgetting to mention that they have consecutively won the Billboard Music Awards for Socially Relevant Artist since 2017. In fact, they were the first K-pop group to win this award. Adding to this is their concept and theories in their music and videos that keeps the fan thinking for a long time. This helps the fan to be constantly in touch with the content creators. If you look at the music produced under the name Korean pop, you might notice that these songs are not just limited to the Korean community. They have extended their place in other languages like Japanese, Chinese, and more. You might have noticed how many K-pop idols are fluent in multiple languages, and this gives them the opportunity to travel and communicate with many such fans across the sea. In the context of BTS, they often produce Japanese songs or make a Japanese version of their existing song. They even have a Chinese version of Boy in Love, and we all know that they have English songs too. This removes any language barrier from the realm of music and gives a feeling of being closer to the artist even more. BTS members have shattered the dominant man and submissive female lookout by cutting down on writing songs on sexualizing women. They could have taken the popular path of writing songs which have lyrics, music, and video which mildly or strongly portrays an objectification of female. Understanding that there are going to be more female audience, knowingly or unknowingly, they showed an image of themselves that appealed to women and their idea of safe man. They not only follow that in their music production, but in public as well. This deviated a lot from the popular Western style, which we all know has been under a lot of criticism. What you produce also represents you in some ways. When you look at BTS and their music, you are able to see 7 talented men who write meaningful music that might have been comforting to you at some point, and not people who have danced and sang to songs about sexualizing women. So, these are some of the marketing tactics I think that aided the growth of BTS among large audience. Marketing in K-pop industry is definitely different and new to the regular stream or Western pop music industry. There is a huge contribution of this type of marketing of the K-pop group and individual idols, which has helped a lot in the journey for many groups to get famous locally and internationally. If you feel like there are some other additional strategies that I've missed out, go ahead and type them down in the comment section below.